The evolution of your marketing will be the catalyst for the evolution of your business, and the evolution of your business will provide you with the freedom to focus on the evolution of your life. This is Evolved Marketing with Andrei and Brian. All right, welcome back to another episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast. My name is Brian Brewer, and today is going to be an interesting episode. I don't know if it's a good thing, an interesting thing, or a bad thing, but we have a pair of Andres on here today, so that might be a little bit confusing. First, of course, my partner, as always, Andrei Yermejev, my partner in the Evolved Marketing Podcast, and then today's special guest, who is also Andrei. Now, I met this second Andrei first, actually. Our guest today I've actually known longer because we were first introduced back in late 2019, early 2020, when I joined the 15-Day Business Builder Challenge and became an affiliate for Legendary Marketer. And today's guest was actually my business plan advisor with Legendary Marketer. So really cool to have him on today. If you don't know what Legendary Marketer is probably the number one marketing, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, information marketing, education program on the planet right now. I don't even know what kind of sales they're doing, but I know it's well in excess of $1 million a month. So they're absolutely crushing it right now. It's a great program. I highly recommend working with them because the people there are awesome. And speaking of the people there, one of them is today's guest, who is a business plan advisor with them. He helps people along as they go through the 15-Day Business Builder Challenge. So not only are we going to learn probably how to handle people, how to maybe even close some sales, maybe how to get the most out of folks and motivate them, but we're also going to hopefully see some inner workings of one of the best, biggest, baddest affiliate marketing education programs on the planet right now. So without further ado, Andrei Miller, welcome to the Evolved Marketing Podcast today.
Thanks so much, Brian. Thanks for having me here. And of course, Andrei, nice to be on the show, man. And, I'm just here to share some knowledge, some tips, and some ideas as well to really help the community. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you in the show. We met at the funnel hacking. No, sorry, we met at the mastermind in Orlando for Legendary Marketer. And there was one thing that you said that really gave me chills. You said, and I quote, I didn't come from a third world country to be in a first world country to live like I was still living in a third world country. So as soon as you said that in a little presentation that you did, a little introduction, it gave me chills. And right after that quote that you said, I just had to go to you and talk to you about it. And it was such a great feeling, So this will lead back to your story, So where do you come from, man?
Yeah, man. And that's that's my tagline, and I will forever use that tagline forever. I think I need to go trademark it, because every time I say it not only impacts immigrants, but it also impacts anybody who is looking to better their current situation. So a quick little backstory about me. I'm originally from Jamaica, born and raised, so close to the Negril area. So if you've been to Jamaica before and you fly into Montego Bay, I'm literally about an hour, 15-minute drive from Montego Bay, which is probably the second largest city in Jamaica. But also where I come from is where the tourist, where everybody vacations. So there's 7 Mile beaches and everything. So that's where, I grew up in, of course, and I know a lot of people probably hear these stories of how people say, oh, they came from nothing and now they're something. I'm a true definition of that because my family, they're good people, great home and everything. But at some point, you know what I mean? It's like you grew up and realize that, man, there's other people out there that's doing far better than you. And as you grow older, you realize that, okay, I thought we were doing good, but we're not doing so good, financially. And, I think that is what stick with me throughout my entire life so far. And I just, I always try to find the next thing that could help me get a little bit better, not only financially, but as a person. And I always want to find a way how to help others as well. Everything I do is to help somebody else, so I have that giving and loving heart. I don't know if it's a Jamaican thing, but it's a cool vibe. So when I moved from Jamaica and I came, to the US because I met my wife, and I know most, you guys know the backstory. I don't know how far you want me to go, but we met on a cruise ship. We decided, got married, came to America 2016. 2016 is when I actually, came to the United States. I've traveled here back and forth because of work, working on cruise ships, you go all over the world. But when I came here, we finally decided, okay, we're gonna settle. And I was over working for people. But then when I got here, the American dream. Everybody's like, man, when you come to America, if you're an immigrant, listen to this right now, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody back home, once you visit the United States of America, or you go to another country, they think that you're walking on money. It's like a bed of rose. You got a lot of money. You're rich. Even if you just got here for 1 month, they're like, oh, yep, he's rich. He's got a lot of money. But I was like at a point, I was like, man, I have to do something completely different. I got to change my life. And that's when I said, why did I move to America? I didn't come here to, and I'm gonna say my quote. I said, I didn't move to America to live a third world life because I came from a third world country. Might as well go back to Jamaica and just live there. I came here for better, not only for myself, but my family at home as well. So I said, no, I gotta have to find something to do. I gotta figure out a way how to make money. And that's when, I started with affiliate marketing, and I still do affiliate marketing to this day. I'm not the one who, do a lot of the videos. I start doing videos, but I do a lot of behind the scenes marketing. I do a lot of the Facebook ads. I do a lot of the Microsoft ads. Microsoft is like my thing. So I always, do ads and those things. So I'm the guy behind the scenes. So for those of you out there who thinks that you have to make videos and you have to show your face to make money, nope. You just need to learn skills, and that's how you make money. So that's a little snippet so far. So I'm not sure if you guys.
No, that's amazing. And it's, it's so funny that Andrei and I, we didn't necessarily plan what we were going to ask you when we first started or first knew that you were going to come on, because we naturally have different personalities where he kind of gets into this area of life and business, and I kind of get into another area of life and business, and we found that it just works really well. But the moment that we were getting ready to go live, I was like, oh, the quote is amazing. And it's funny that Andrei, that's the first thing he thought of. And it's a testament to your magnetic personality and the way you can draw people in. You're just an amazing human, an amazing person. And I truly believe it when you say that you just want to help people. And I think that's your secret to success. Now, going back to 2016, you come to America and here you are, and it's right. Everyone thinks you're rich and loaded, but if you're not doing well, America is not necessarily an easy place to live. I mean, we're a great country. The freedoms that we have, the support that we have, obviously I'm aware of that. I've traveled all over the world. But if you are not financially secure, it can be a pretty tough place to live. So knowing that, what was it about affiliate marketing that kind of drew you in as an opportunity?
Absolutely, man. That was a great question. So 2016 when I got here, my wife was the only one working, Brittany, and we were pregnant at the time. But she is a hairstylist, and she used to have to drive 45 minutes to work. So she drive 45 minutes to work both ways while being pregnant. But she only worked part-time. So she used to work, I think, about 2 days a week. So we didn't have any money coming in. Luckily, the in-laws, and I love them to death, they decided to, let me crash or let me stay at their place. So me, Brittany are there. And, because financially we didn't have the money to even get a place to rent. We don't, to rent a place and everything. And that's when it really hit home for me. I said, hang on a second, man. I gotta do something different. So just like everybody else, you start going on YouTube and you start searching how to make money just being at home, How do you make money being at home? You start searching. And of course, when you click on one ad, you get a gazillion amount of ads just coming at you. they're coming left, right, and center. You go on Google, you search, you read the blogs, you're trying to piece things together and watch a ton of videos, but it wasn't working. I'm sure we all did. We all think that, yeah, this make money online. If we watch a few YouTube videos, then, we're going to get rich quick. And it didn't work out that way. So then I decided, okay, I have to find something. And I was on Facebook, just randomly. And there's a guy, shout out to Kai, he's an Asian guy. He's awesome. We're like best friends. And I saw him post. He's like, hey, anybody on here want to learn how to make money? And I was like, man, I know this guy, so let me hit him up real quick. So I sent him a DM, sent him a message, and the conversation was the most straightforwardest conversation. Hey, what do you have? Here's what I have. Good. I just signed up. That's exactly what I did. And the reason why I signed up and the reason why I think affiliate marketing, because I looked at a lot of different business models. And of course, you don't have the capital, you don't have a lot of money to really invest into all these Amazon FBAs, and nothing wrong with those business models. But if someone who's have a little bit of startup costs and you want to get started, there's two ways of doing it. You're either going to put in a lot of hours and time into it to try to figure it out on your own, or you have a little bit of money where you can invest it into a course that's going to teach you. So that's what I did. I went right and just decided to, and I saw David. I watched David's video. And back then it was, when he just started, it was Legendary Marketer, but he went from it was just starting out as they call it the duplicate Dave at the time. I'm sure you probably remember.
Oh yeah, I have heard of that. That was before I was introduced to him.
Yep,
but yeah, I have heard of the duplicate Dave. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So I watched the video and I, immediately, and anybody who's listening to this or you haven't get a chance to meet David, we all three of us on here can be a testament of that guy is just very down to earth, straightforward guy. And the way how he speak, I said, okay, this is the guy I want to learn from. Immediate. I didn't waste any time. Watch the first video because of course, you watch a lot of videos. I've been watching videos over and over, and I said, yep, that's my guy right there. I signed up at the time. It was $30, so it wasn't even $7 to even get in. $30, signed up. And as soon as I signed up, guess what? I told Brittany, I was like, Brittany, I just signed up for this marketing course. She's like, no, you're an idiot. Did you even read the reviews? Yeah. She's like, what are you doing? You didn't even check out anything. You don't even know if this is a scam. The typical everybody's trying to. And I said, babe, I think this is going to be the one, man. I think, so that's how it all started, man. That's how it started.
And then from there, you started promoting Legendary, learning from Dave?
Yeah. So at the time, I'm not sure if you guys heard of so I used the information that he shared with me, and I was promoting the software tool. So this software tool called Online Sales Pro. So I'm not sure if you heard of Online Sales Pro. So yeah, Online Sales Pro is just like ClickFunnels or group funnels, but they've been around for a long time. I think they're still around. Not sure if they're still as active as before. And I started getting people, to sign up. I remember the first time I made $20. I felt rich. I was like, yep, this is it, man. Affiliate marketing is a game changer. And then of course, I promoted, Legendary Marketer, David's training and everything. And that's how I grew and I learned, how affiliate marketing works.
That's something Andrei says a lot. You really have to learn by doing, right? You can take in all the information. You can watch all the YouTube videos that you want. You sound like you're like me. I think I've watched 5,000 webinars in my life just to get the 3 secrets and then say, okay, I can't buy another program because I've already bought too many. So let me write down the 3 secrets and decipher them and stuff like that. But yeah, you're right. You really do learn by doing and trying to figure out not only what the marketers are saying, but what the marketers are doing as well. So that's a big part of it as well. And, it's funny. You talked about your first commission was $20. My first commission, I think, was 18 and some change. And I'll to this day never forget it. I mean, that when that came through, it was like, oh my God, it works. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know where this money came from, but it works, and that's all you need to change the trajectory of your life. So it's worth going all
That's
in.
it.
Yeah. So you were with Legendary Marketer. You learned the skills. You started promoting this software. You promoted Legendary Marketer a little bit. Now, how did you go internal, right? How did you get behind the scenes? How did you become a business plan advisor? Did Dave poach you? Did he reach out, or did you reach out to them, or how did that all look?
Great. So, of course I was, doing my thing, making money and all that jazz. And it was this, I think I'll never forget. I think it's around either July of 2017, because I started in 2017. I moved to the US 2016 November. I started at Legendary Marketer 2017, February 19. I'm very good with dates, by the way.
Hey, that's actually my birthday, so
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, man, that's crazy.
I'll always remember the day you started Legendary Marketer.
You
now.
always remember, man. February 19 is when I started. So once I started, and before I get into why I did internally, at the time, I didn't have the money to get started. It has some amazing packages and everything. And I said to myself, I'm gonna figure out a way how to make this happen. So what I did, I'm just backtracking a little bit. What I did, call my mom in Jamaica because I love playing music. I love music and I have a lot of music equipment. I called her in Jamaica, tell her to sell all my music equipment. Now, if you're an immigrant like Andrei, myself, right? People don't send money to us in America. We send money back home. So it's a whole different story because I'm like, Mom, can you sell all my music equipment? Go to Western Union, send me all this money. And she had to go there. My dad had to drive to another town. And when I went here in the US, I went to, there's a grocery store, or supermarket, or whatever you want to call it. It's called Big Y. So I went to Big Y and went there, and the lady said, you have to bring your passport because this driver's license, we don't take it here. So I had to go back home, come back. The driver's like, got both IDs in order to take the money. And I took the money, went and invested into myself. Now, how did I actually, back to your question, how did I got into Legendary Marketer? Around July, I messaged David. I said, hey, Dave, I said, hey, I want to get to that 10K mark. I so want to get to that 10K mark because everybody, the first time you're like, man, 10K is that number. You really want to get to that number. So I messaged him, I'm like, how do you get to the 10K mark? He's like, what are you doing this Monday? It's like nothing. He's like, all right, I'm gonna bring you on the show. Because he used to do like a Monday night, every Monday night around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. He used to do this live, like live Monday night. I think it's called like Marketing Mondays or something that he used to do where he hosts. So I went on there, did my first ever. And I'm here to let you know, man. Once I have that conversation with him on like what we're doing right now, everything changed for me. That next month, I actually made 5 figures because I think he did something to my mind. I don't know. I'm sure we all heard this before, where you surround yourself with winners, eventually you're gonna win. So that's what happened to me. I get a little dopamine, which got me to start hitting that 5-figure months in that same year of me starting affiliate marketing. So then, we have some money. We decided to save up. It was a mastermind that is happening in October of 2017. So me and Brittany and Jackson just born, 3-month-old. We took him on a plane. We're like, we're gonna go to this event. We went to the event, took Jackson, at a baby stage. Once we went to the event, I went up to David and I said, man, I would love to work on your team. That's exactly what I said. I shoot my shot. I said, I would love to work on your team. I want to work close to you. I want to, because I want to surround with winners. I want to surround myself with people who are making moves. I shoot my shot. He's like, all right. He's like, are you sure this is something that you want to do? I didn't even know what I was doing. I just wanted to, I was just shooting my shot. And then when I got home, he called me. He's like, all right, Andrei, I'm going to do a quick little interview. I'm going to train you. I'm going to do all that stuff and show you the entire process. So David is the one that actually taught me everything. So hats off to that man, brother. That man gave me the playbook then. Let's say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You taught
That's
me
a
a lot.
that's amazing. I mean, you saw the opportunity and you took it. You saw your chance and you took it, and look where you are right now. So it worked out for you and your family. It worked out for everybody. So that was the point where he started training you, and then to become basically a business plan advisor, right? To make those high ticket sales to help people reach their goals, right? And
Yeah.
after that, how long was like the training process? Was it a while that it took you for get it down, or how did that work?
Oh man, I'm still training, man. David is still training me after all these years. Watching a video or, him having a conversation, he's always giving me some words of wisdom, so it's like an ongoing training. But, when I get started, I think it was like a month or so, of me going through like his training because he's the one who actually, I learned from him and I grew over time. So I would say I'm always a student. I'm always trying to learn something new. I, of course, I'm always growing and looking for ways to improve because if you don't look for ways to improve, you're just going to be stagnant. So I'm always growing. I'm always trying to get to the next level. I'm always trying to see how I can, serve people and help as many people because I'm sure, we all heard this quote, you help as many people get what they want, you're going to get what you want. So at first, when I heard it, I didn't understand it, but it's like the more I'm in tune and connected, I said, wow, this is exactly what people were saying. You just got to help people, man. And what I've realized is when you you know I'm sure you heard of business karma, right? Anything that you do it with integrity. Do it like no one is watching. So you don't have to worry about trying to fix something else. And I think that's what lived with me is because everything I do, I don't have to hide anything, right? I don't have to do something and like, oh my goodness, what if somebody sees what, I think that's why, you know, we've been around for so long is because David doesn't hide anything. And I think he attract a group of core people who have the same beliefs. And when you can find people with the same beliefs, you're going to be here for the long-term game.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the authenticity, it's the transparency, it's, being above the board, it's all those things that, you know, you start telling lies and making up fabricated stories, you might make your first, couple bucks faster. But if you just stick with integrity and looking to help other people, then instead of making a couple bucks here and there for the rest of your life, eventually, that momentum will kick in and then in the good name and the will spread and all of a sudden you'll be making a lot more money a lot easier is the way I look at it. So, you talked about always being trained, right? And that's so important to highlight because here you are, 6 years now into your journey and you're like, I'm always learning, I'm always being trained. That's an important lesson for folks who are just getting started. Like you have to be excited about learning. You have to be cool with taking the training because it's never ending. I've been in this game for almost 12 years now, and I still learn stuff every single day. And what I like to say is, you're either green and growing or you're ripe and dying. So you have to look at it always like, hey, I'm just a student of the game ready to learn. Now let's talk about the training that you get from Dave, because part of your job is obviously to help people. You've mentioned that a number of times. That's what's really cool about the 15-day online business builder challenge is it gives folks an opportunity to actually speak with real humans like yourself to get some guidance. But part of your job, just to be transparent, is also to close the blueprints, the high ticket back end sales, which cost $2,500. And also there's a mastermind package in there, which I believe costs $4,500. They pay affiliates $1,000 and $1,350 respectively. And so that's part of the deal. So maybe if you could, to kind of get a little tactical for us here, because everybody wants to close sales and help people, what does your process look like, or what does your flow look like? And I'll leave this up to you, whatever you think makes the most sense, because you're the one with experience in this. So whatever value you can bring to marketers would be amazing. Maybe it's, how do you transition from the assistance to the close? I don't know. But any insight you can provide to us with building trust, helping people, making them feel good, and then ultimately closing the sale, I think would be amazing if anything jumps to mind.
That's a fantastic question. And I think it's just be very straightforward and upfront with people. Because nobody likes to be run around or, nobody, you don't want to dangle the carrot, So everybody have different personality and you have to match everyone's personality. You can't be the, look at me all almighty because it's not about me. It's about you. What's the purpose of you being here? There's got to be a reason why you're here. So let's see if we can, come to an agreement to not only, help you, but also help your family. So this ain't about me. It's about the members. It's about, or customers. It's about gaining trust. So anytime you start making it about you, that's when people are going to realize, okay, you're just in it for you and not for them. So it's all about them. This is not about me. Sure, I've learned the skills. I've learned affiliate marketing. I've been doing it, for quite some time. But then I also become a, business plan advisor and also what we considered, a closer as well. Is, we have to meet people at the destination. And when you're not pushy and you're not salesy and you're not slimy and everything, people can see through you. They can know that, okay, are you really here to help me or are you just here to get $1 from me? So we're just here to help. I'm here to help. I'm not going to force anybody to do anything or, there's no magic word or sauce that I use to kind of like, oh, you have to say a certain things. I just show up. Hey, how's your day? Why are you here in the first place? Okay. Have you ever tried anything in the past? What have you tried? Okay, you've tried XYZ. Why that didn't work for you? Can you tell me exactly why it didn't work? Okay, so that means if you had this, that, and this, do you think if you have those things, it can actually help you? Okay, all right, let me show you exactly what I believe can really help you. And hopefully, what we have here can fit what you're trying to do. And that's all I do. I just let David does his thing. I'm just the person. I'm just like the facilitator. I'm like the guide in the boat. When you go on a raft, when you're in a raft and you're going down the stream and you have the guy who go down the raft 1 million times and you come in, are you gonna be the one that's gonna control it or are you gonna listen to the guy who actually knows what he's talking about? Of course you're gonna listen to the guy who knows what he's talking about. So I'm the guide. I'm just the guide. I'm just guiding you down the river. That white river rafting, them things they're splashing left, right, and center. You don't know where the rocks are. So let me help you get down safely. That's all I'm doing. It's just to help somebody else see that, hey, it's okay for you to try something else. It's okay for you to do something for you and your family. Because majority of people haven't done anything before. And it's all about education. You're investing in your education. I always said the worst thing that could ever happen is two things. The worst thing that's going to happen is that when you decide on investing in your education, you're going to learn something, regardless of what it is. You're going to learn. And the best thing that you could ever do when you invest this money, this is something that's going to change your life. And I think we all three can agree on that. Something's going to happen. So it's like you're not investing, you're not losing, you're not, because, most people will think, okay, if I invest this money, what if it doesn't work? That's the first thing. What if this doesn't work? So the real decision that someone has to make is regardless if it's with legendary marketer, with Brian, with anybody else on the internet, they will have to make a decision. And the real decision that they're going to have to make is, do they continue living the same way that they're living or do something else? That's it. It's only two decisions. You're either going to do something to change it or you keep living the same way how you've been living. So there's nothing really to it.
Yeah, I mean that's really smart that you're actually not making it about the sale, but you're making it about helping them. You're asking those questions to have them give you the answer that you're basically looking for and they're looking for because they don't even know they're looking for the answer, but they will tell you the answer just by just asking those questions. Another thing that I seen in the on the sales page of Legendary Marketer, it says that your $7 is not gonna change my life, but it could change your life. You get me? So that's a big thing that Dave says. Like, I don't need your money, it's not gonna change my life, but it will change your life, if you put in the work, of course. So now what day to day, how does your schedule look like?
Oh, like on a day to day?
Yeah.
So I set up my schedule how I want it. Of course, you both know that I have two beautiful kids and a wife. So I set it up where, I have to have time for them. The reason why I do this, and I'm sure the reason why you guys do this as well, is for your family. I'm not here to work 10, 12 hours a day, and try to hustle and grind and all that stuff. No, I'm here for the freedom. So that's why I do a little bit of both. You know what I mean? I do affiliate marketing. Plus, I also, a business plan advisor. So I have the best of both worlds. I'm helping you do something that I'm also doing. So I'm not telling you to become an affiliate marketer if I'm not preaching, if I'm not walking the walk. That's like being a hypocrite. That's hypocritical. It's just like I'm gonna say, hey, I can show you how to make, you know, for example, income disclaimer. I'll show you how to make 10K, but you've never made 10K before. That doesn't make sense. It's the same way how you have the teachers teaching you how to become XYZ and they haven't even done it before. That right there just shows you that something is off. There's a disconnect somewhere down the line. It's like, yep, I'll show you how to be a CEO. But sir, are you a CEO, sir? No. But how are you gonna teach me how to become a CEO?
Yeah,
Does it
it's
make
kind of
sense?
like those college professors who are teaching business who have never run a business. It just doesn't make sense. You're not really going to get a whole lot of value, and you're certainly not going to get a whole lot of actionable steps. One thing you were talking about when you were talking about your process that really stuck out to me was you made the correlation to being a guide on a raft. And what you said was really interesting because I've heard something very similar before from a previous podcast guest. And the previous podcast guest who said the same thing was Sean Sarantos. And I'm not sure which episode he was, but it's this journey that people have to go through to get to their goal. And you said, hey, I'm the guide. You don't know where the rocks are. I do. Right. That's really powerful. The way he said it was, hey, you got to go down this dark path. You don't know where all the goblins or demons are hiding. But guess what? I do. I took pictures and I can show you. So it's really helping people really it's the kind of like phrase that I know Russell Brunson uses a lot, right? Like you gotta relate things that they don't understand, the prospect, to things that they do understand in order to help advance them forward. So you're a business plan advisor, you do affiliate marketing, you have the freedom. But I think it's an important part to mention. You are still putting in the effort, though, because I remember when we saw you at the Mastermind in Orlando in 2021, where Andrei and I were speakers, and you were there. There was times when you snuck off and opened up the Zoom room and did your business plan calls at the Mastermind. So I know you're still putting in the work. So that's important. That's a big part of this whole success thing is putting in the work. But I'm telling you, it was just a pleasure to listen to you speak and handle those calls. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but there was one time I kind of hit around the corner and just kind of listened in on your call because it was just a pleasure. Is that just your personality, or is it something that is your personality but practiced?
No, that's all me, man. That's just a natural thing. That's how I am. That's how I've always been. I'm just like the smooth. I don't know. Maybe it's a Jamaican thing,
It's a Jamaican thing, I'm sure. I've been there, and
Yeah, it's just
they're a
chill, cool
smooth
vibes,
group.
man. You know what I'm saying? Chill, cool vibes, man. And again, it's just connection. It's all about connecting and helping. And the more you help, and the more you help people see, down that path, the better it is for them to actually do anything. Whether they're gonna go down the raft with you together or they're gonna jump off at rock one. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's taking them down the path. Yeah.
So now, if we look into the future, what's in store for you in the future? You have any goals, any other business opportunities that you might want to start?
No, man. There's, I ain't got no other as of right now. It's not right now. Like me and Brittany, we have a lot of things going on. We've been doing things for a very, very long time, and we've been working on some things. But where we are, where I'm at right now, we're always evolving and we're always growing. As I said, I'm always keep learning. So it's, riding with Dave until the wheel fall off. You know what I'm saying? Because he's got some big things in coming and a lot of things in place. And it's we do a lot of so we of course, the wife and everything. We do a lot of investing. Like, because what we do is when you make the money online, you put it somewhere else for it to grow. You don't just take it and just leave it. So we have like investment properties and things like that. I've always been, big in like, crypto and all those things like way back. Like in my 2017 days, I'm big into all those things. I'm big into, like Airbnbs and, we have property in the Grand Cayman Islands and there's one in Florida right now. So we're always doing something, man. Because we want the next generation to live, or let's say, I wouldn't say live, but make it a little bit smoother, a little bit easier. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's something that we talk about in my family is, if we look back to my dad and his dad and so on and so forth, it's the goal, I think, I'm not excluding women. There aren't a whole lot of women in my family, to be honest. It's mostly sons, but we always, talk about advancing the generation, right? And that's, no one has to go out there and become president of the United States or whatever, but just advance the generation. And I think that's kind of how I look at it is, like you said, make it a little bit smoother, show the kids a little bit more of the world, give them a more worldly view, and just so they understand and can go on living life. And I think you're a very smart man by saying, I'm going to ride this with Dave until the wheels fall off, because you're avoiding the shiny object. You're avoiding the grass is greener on the other side. You're doing what works. And Andrei talks about that a lot as well. It's like, if you find something that works, just do it and double down on it, because, not everything works as well as things do. So I know you have a business plan advisor call coming up in a little bit. So we want to be respectful of your time. One thing we like to do on this podcast as a show of appreciation is to kind of turn the tables and, ask you if there's any questions that you might have for us or anything you want to know about us.
Yeah, man, that's, and thanks for having me. And, I hope we didn't plan it. We just roll with it. And I love it like that. When you just roll with it, man, I think it's more natural than just prepare and plan, and it just goes off. And I think that's how I work sometimes. I hate planning. I just I just like to show up and just make things happen. And yeah, so questions for both of you, right, is, what are your plans for, let's say, for this year or next year? Are you guys get into more coaching, more consulting? I know at one point you had your 90-minute affiliate. You're still doing that, right?
Yeah, I still have that. I have the 90-minute affiliate challenge, which is my free course, which is a model that I've used successfully since 2016, 2017. It works for me because the way a lot of folks get traffic these days is through organic reach content.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have some sort of free gift or something of high perceived value that you can give away to your audience, really it does a number of things. First, it helps you generate, 10 times more leads, or at least 3 times more leads than if you're trying to sell something. So you grow a huge email list, which is always good for the future. But what's really interesting about that is it also helps your content perform better because people are engaging with your content. They're clicking over to your bio. They're looking for links. So they're really searching out. So it really helps you go a long way. So I'm still doing that. There's some one-time offer upsells, even though it's a free course. There's some one-time offer upsells that people get offered as soon as they join the free course. That's going very well. And then there's a back end program as well, which, is a little bit more high ticket, which is, the coaching and advanced course training. Yeah, that's going really well. It was the first time that I ever brought on affiliates to promote my stuff. I've always been the affiliate marketer. I've sold some courses, but I've never had affiliates promoting my stuff. So that's just a whole nother learning curve right there. It's a whole nother animal. It's different. Like I said, I've been in marketing for 11 plus years now. So I can build a program and be like, let's market it and it'll sell, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like it just works. I know what I'm doing now. And then you're trying to train people who've never done this before in your life, and it's just it's challenging. And I think we're finally starting to get to the point where I'm hitting momentum with affiliates starting to see success as well. Not that I wasn't teaching anything over the last year or so, because people were learning and stuff, but now it's to the point where it's like every day people are making their first commission and stuff like that, and they're starting to see success. So it's going good. But yeah, I mean, it was a
Different animal.
whole nother animal, man. It was there was a point where it was like, oh man, I really screwed up. I should have just rode the wheels or rode with Dave until the wheels fell off. But it can't. What it really came down to, Andrei, is not that I wasn't seeing success anymore with Legendary, because I was, and it wasn't that I thought Legendary was dying, because obviously it's not. You're doing better than ever over there as a company. So congratulations to you, Dave, and all the people who are a part of that. But it really came down to I was either green and growing or ripe and dying. And I just gotten so good at promoting Legendary Marketer in my mind that it was like, okay, I'm ripe. I'm dying, right? So I got to go do something I've never done before. And I was scared, and I was like, screw it. What's the worst that can happen, right? I'll just go promote something else and close this down. I was like, I'm bringing on affiliates. And it was nerve wracking and it was terrifying. And there were nights when I was just like, oh, it's all falling apart. I made the worst decision of my life, early on, of course. And it was actually a wake up Legendary call with Dave that kind of refocused me and remotivated me. And it was the weirdest thing, Andrei. I got to tell you this story, and I wasn't planning on it, but it was the weirdest thing. So every Monday through Friday, Dave does a wake up Legendary call where he goes in the Facebook group. If you don't know, obviously you do, Andrei, but he goes in there and he brings guests on and he talks for about an hour. And I don't have time to watch those all the time. But this one, I was sitting outside. I'll never forget. I was sitting outside. I think I was smoking a morning cigar, which was probably, my wife probably hates that, but whatever. I was enjoying myself. And I got a notification that Wake Up Legendary is going live. So I was like, I'll watch it. Okay. I'm just sitting here smoking a cigar. I may check in and see what Dave has to offer today. And he was talking, and I shit you not, Andrei, he referenced something that I had said. And he literally called me out on the Wake Up Legendary, even though he didn't know I was watching. He talked about Brian's emotional cycles of change, where you go through and you get the uninformed optimism, then the informed pessimism, and then you get into the valley of despair. And that's where you start to know enough to know that this is going to be more difficult than you thought. And that's where everything starts to get a little bit scary. And that's where most people go up and look back for shiny object. And just hearing him repeat that back to me was enough to say, okay, I'm okay. This is all going to work out. I know what I'm doing. Keep pushing forward. And the trajectory since that point last year has been pretty good. So it's amazing surrounding yourself with winners, as you said earlier. Sometimes it's not that you need to learn something new. It's that you need to be reminded of something that you already know. So that's where I'm at. I'm just continuing to grow it and really enjoying the process. So
Congratulations, man. Congrats, bro. Love that. What about you, Andrei?
Yeah, so for me, I recently just launched my Spanish course. So I create everything in Spanish to help the Spanish community, because that's where I'm from. I'm from Latino country, so that's my main goal now. That's what I've been focusing most of my time. But just how Brian was saying, like, it's a whole new animal, like there's so many new things that I have to figure out. I'm learning as I go. eventually I do have an affiliate program for it, but so eventually I'm gonna have affiliates for it. So it's I'm just learning as I go, you know. But it was time to like evolve my lifestyle, my marketing, you know. I was an affiliate for like 3 years, which I love. I love being an affiliate. But this gives you like some type of credibility because like just how you say, I'm teaching. I preach what I teach now. You know, so I was a successful affiliate marketer. So now I'm able to teach people how to become an affiliate marketer. You know, it's not like I just do it. I'm just selling a course just to sell a course. You know, that's not what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I'm at right now too.
That's awesome, man. I love that, man. I love to hear the little stories, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's been wonderful, man, and I love this. I hope I can come on here in the near future, you know?
Yeah, we'd love to have you back. I could talk to you all day long, Andre. And
I know.
I've been watching the time because I knew if I didn't, I'd accidentally carry you into the next 3 business plan advisor calls, and we don't want to do that for you. So there's people you need to help, and of course there's money to be made as well. So if someone wanted to connect with you, is there a way they should reach out to you, or you try to hide behind the scenes? You don't want anyone knowing where you
Yeah,
are.
I'm like the behind the scenes. Just kidding. But yeah, there's a lot of fake accounts out there for me, so just like you guys, you got to be
Yeah.
careful. But yeah, I'm on Instagram a lot, Facebook, same name. I'm on YouTube. I'm everywhere. It's just Andre Miller. I'm
Yeah.
not.
We'll
And
make sure we'll link up the real account on the description of
Yeah,
this
make sure you
podcast.
put the real stuff so people don't be like, yeah, I remember he talked about Bitcoin. I wonder if this is him. No, I don't. If I don't video call you, if you don't see me on video, that's not me. Because I'm either gonna video call you and I'm not gonna send any voice message either. Because right now with all this AI stuff, that's different. So if you don't see me real, like yeah, this is the guy. That ain't me. Okay? I'm gonna let you know right now.
that's really cool that you use video calls, and that's just kind of a last second and probably important lesson for a lot of people who are listening out there. Any way you can bring more of that authenticity to your approach, I think is very valuable. Well, thank you very much, Andre. Andre Miller, business plan advisor, legendary marketer, great overall human being. We appreciate it. And we'll see everybody on the next episode of the Evolved Marketing Podcast. Thanks for sticking with us and listening, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everybody.